Before I start this video, I just want to let you guys know that it was really hard to make. So, I hope that you enjoy. I don't really like getting all this personal. Also, thanks to every YouTuber that I've watched talk about this stuff, but specifically Jaden Animations, who just so happens to have the video that I watched most recently on the topic. So, I have this thing called social anxiety. And if you don't know what that is, I envy you. It's basically where you think that everyone's constantly looking at you, watching you, and judging you. And no, before you say anything, it's not because I'm self-centered. In fact, I try to help others at every opportunity that I get, because my brain thinks that that's the only way for me to make up for how terrible I am. And in reality, I'm probably not even that bad of a person. Sure, I have my flaws, but gosh dang it, I think that everyone does. Nobody's perfect. But my brain is just in a constant spiral where I can just, look at someone and I think that they're looking at me and thinking to themselves, look at this guy over here. He sucks. I can just tell. No matter what, I feel like I have this expectation of myself that I can just never live up to. No matter what I do or how hard I try. And that's the reason why I think that everyone's judging me. It isn't because I'm some jerk who thinks that the whole world revolves around myself, but in fact, it's because in my brain, I think that I suck. And I know that this sounds stupid, but I can go to some pretty detrimental lengths to try and make up for how much I suck. I wind up putting the needs of everyone else before my own. And honestly, it can really put you into this terrible spiral of not taking care of yourself because you're so busy taking care of others. We used to have half days on Friday, and part of that was putting us all in this random classroom and having us watch some short video with the moral. And one of these videos was about a baker. And this baker was always baking bread and all these other treats. And he put so much time into his work that, because he wanted to make his family proud by providing for them, that he neglected to eat and almost starved as a result. The whole, moral of the story is that you're supposed to take care of yourself before you go and take care of others. Because if you don't, who's going to take care of you? And I have to say, I did not take that lesson to heart at all because surely they're talking about someone else, right? It was around late 2019 when I began to suspect that maybe, just maybe, something's wrong. Why do I always feel like this? Why can I never just say no? Why do I let it get to the point where all that I want to do is close myself off from everyone else? Maybe there's something wrong with me? And it really began to hurt my mental state to think that I was the problem. Because that was the whole problem to begin with, was just me being too hard on myself and having it vocalized through quote-unquote other people's thoughts that were really just my own. Despite having realized this, I still get super nervous in social situations. Oh, and don't even get me started on compliments. To a person without social anxiety, a compliment is a really nice way to brighten someone's day. But in the mind of someone with social anxiety, it seems like a compliment that had no harmful intent behind it has harmful intent. For example, let's say that you just got a haircut. Now, haircuts in my experience suck, but that's a topic for a later video. You may be feeling a little bit down about said haircut, and someone could say, "Hey, I like your haircut." But in the mind of someone with social anxiety, it sounds like, "Nice haircut, loser. I may say that it's good, but later I'm gonna make fun of you to everyone that I know because of how goofy you look." Now, let's be honest, no one's saying that, unless of course they're jerks. But it just feels like they are. There was this one time where I got a new hoodie, and it was a hoodie that I got from a YouTuber's merch store. And though the merch had nothing to do with the channel or anything like that, I was worried about being judged or, wearing a hoodie from a YouTuber. Why would anyone do that? Merch store coming soon. Gosh, what kind of loser wears a YouTuber's hoodie? Get a life. But in reality, it was one of the only articles of clothing that I ever got compliments on. After realizing that there's no true cure for social anxiety, I found a few ways that I can treat it. If I find myself getting overwhelmed in social settings, I just remove myself from the situation. If I can't, though, which is the case 90% of the time, I try listening to music or thinking of a hobby that I'm planning on doing later that day. Or even, and I know this sounds crazy, telling someone that I trust about how I'm feeling. Other people care, despite what your brain may be telling you. And if you're struggling with social anxiety, I hope that this video reaches you and makes you feel a little bit better about it. Just because you struggle with something doesn't mean that you should let it control your life. Anyways, guys, that's all for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed my rant on social anxiety. It took a lot of time to make, and I got a little bit more vulnerable in this one than I like to typically, so if this video bummed you out, you should go watch some of my other videos, and subscribe for more in the future. You'll feel better, and you'll be supporting my channel at the same time. Anyways, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Peace.